My next guest started her career in federal service over 29 years ago. She created her very own product. She perfected her recipes for the unique Huntley's dipping sauce, which is all natural and original recipe, powerful flavor and bursting spicy tartar sauce. I have tried that. The smoke flavor, the Huntley's sweet and smoky sauce, and the radish kick. I'm gonna tell you something. If you radish is like, man, that's a flavor people are sleeping on. That radish flavor. That's in that cocktail sauce. Now you can find her products in Safeway. I'm just naming a few because she's everywhere. Safeway, Food Line, Whole Food Markets, Walmart, Kroger's, and many, many more. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation. Now that she's listening to me, Tiffany K. Huntley. Tiffany, how you doing?
Mr. McDonald, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. And first of all, where are you at and where are you based?
I'm based out of Maryland, PG County.
Mm-hmm. That's Prince George's.
Sir.
Prince George. See,
yes, sir.
She's
Prince
talking
George
so
County.
local, like everybody know PG. See, she just said that just like it was just normal Maryland, PG County. I'm glad I'm a world traveler, Tiffany. We're going to get through this interview because you are very special. You're an entrepreneur. Let me just tell you about my experience because I hate when people, come on my show, they send books and we fake like we got a relationship. No. She sent me her products, first of all. She sent me her products, okay? So that was a good sign because I was talking to Samantha, one of my producers. I said, am I going to get any product? Well, I got it on Friday. Woo-wee. This is what I did. So, the seafood, right? So first I went to the store to see, and I thought about frying me up some shrimp, right? That was work. Yeah, because this idea wasn't going to go too good because that means that I don't fry much. So I went to Papa Do's. And Papa Do's, I love their shrimp po' boy. They have a shrimp po' boy in Papa Do's. And every time they go in there, I tell them to lay on the tartar sauce. Well, guess what? I told them to hold the tartar sauce this time, baby.
Hold the sauce.
Because I pulled my little jar out. Dude, way to look at me like I was crazy. Hey, don't worry about it, brother. I got my own tartar sauce. Then I ordered me some cocktails, some shrimp cocktails. I say, hold the dipping sauce. Pulled out my other little jar. So I'm sitting there at the table, waiting and ready to go. Girl, I had a great time. Your sauces are tremendous. I'm telling everybody firsthand. I went in there. I just slapped that tartar sauce on there with I always ask for tomatoes. I always say I want tomatoes with my. I'm just being real with you. That's how I eat. Girl,
I'm loving it. I'm so thankful, Mr. McDonald.
You have a great product. Tell us how you got started from your, just 2 breaks here. So I want you to take your time because you are an inspiration. Walter Nash hooked us up because he said, you got to talk to her because her story needs to be told to everybody in the world. And this is the first step. That you should do more interviews. Tell us about your product.
Okay. So I got started originally. I was making the sauce in my kitchen because I'm a seafood eater. So I didn't like to dip it in vinegar or butter. So I concocted some things that were in the refrigerator, and it became a hit with family and friends.
So you just went in your refrigerator and started making up stuff?
That was it. Yep. I went in my refrigerator.
Put a little hot sauce, a little ketchup, a little mayonnaise.
Yep. Exactly. And it turned out to be a blessing from God because then my friends and family, they loved it, and they kept coming back for it when they went to different events or they were having company. And so from there, I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, well, then sell it. And I was like, duh, and because I didn't have any intent for it to become a company. It was pleasing to me as well as my friends again. And from there, I began petitioning grocery stores, and I did it wrong initially.
Right.
I did it wrong, totally wrong.
Now, you went from in your kitchen, messing around in your refrigerator, now you're in grocery store. Now, that's a step between that now. Because, the getting your product, did you start selling it to fairs and local places? How did you get the part that you could sell this and make money off of it? When did that come into your head?
Initial sales, yes, sir. So the initial sales were from family and friends coming through here with kitchen and their Tupperware dishes. So I would start selling $5 to them like that. So then I went around to the seafood market and with my Tupperware dish, which was wrong because, you know, you got to be FDA approved and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I went around to one seafood market.
Tiffany, you really were country.
Yes,
you were going around in a Tupperware dish trying to get somebody to sell. Buy that, huh?
All truth here, all truth. Tupperware dish. So I went to this one seafood market on Central Avenue, and him and I knew each other because I frequented him for his crabs. He said, "Well, Tiffany, if you get it in the right kind of jar, then I'll sell it for you because it is good." So from there, I researched. You have to master craft. That's extremely important. I researched on how to bottle, how to label, and I would go in grocery stores and I would look at the labels and see, well, where's it distributed? Where's it manufactured? Just to get some sort of idea because I honestly had no knowledge of it. And from there, I petitioned Giant. I got some jars, and I got the wrong kind of jars. Again, I did it wrong. Sent the product to Giant, and Giant said, "Ma'am, we're not eating this. This isn't great. We're not, no, this isn't right." And then here comes Walter Nash Jr. And the rest is her story. Yep. And I got in, so I was local for a long time. For about 9 years, I was local, and we just got national attention. So, oh Lord, thank you God. So yeah.
Now, Tiffany. First of all, stop walking around, okay? Because you're going in and out. You know, I need you to stay stationary so we can stay clear.
Okay.
Now, you bought the wrong jars. You had the wrong label. Were you working with the local SBA? Who are you working with? I'm just curious because this is called Money Making Conversations, and I try to on this show let people hear how success stories are being built. And so you were just out there Googling, you out there going in grocery stores reading labels. So you was at the so you were just doing this on your own?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Researching, and I really, really had to master the craft as far as, so when I went in the grocery store, I would look at a certain label, and one thing would lead you to another. So I looked at the label, and it said it was distributed, let's say, in Philadelphia. So I called that company, and that company gave you more information to get you to another company. It was really self-taught.
Now, would you recommend that to someone listening to the show right now?
I think that you have to, until you can gain the knowledge and the wisdom to run a business or a company, you have to do whatever it takes. You have to persevere. You have to push. Every day you have to do something to contribute to your success. You need to get a mentor. That was very instrumental for me, is having a mentor. And you have to listen to advice. And I'm very receptive to when folk are trying to teach me something. Now,
I consider Money Making Conversation a mentoring show because it's about information. It's about, and that's why when the opportunity to bring you on, because now you have 3 brands, in stores,
Yes.
That's incredible to me because of the fact
Thank you, Mr. McDonald.
Let's talk about this a little bit because I want to just let everybody know how a dream can start. It started in your kitchen. It started with you mix, because I am mixing and matching different flavors that you like, and you go, put this on this fish, or put this on this shrimp, or put this on this, and then you started trying to sell it, and you realized there are rules that you have to abide by in order to, or people or sue you if you get sick, or they refuse to sell it because they think you're crazy.
Exactly.
I'm walking in there with some tartar sauce in a jar in Tupperware, talking about,
yes, sir.
Can you sell this?
Yes, sir.
But you didn't know. And there's a lot of people out there that get frustrated, one, because they don't want to follow the rules.
Correct.
They think the system
and you have to trust the process.
You got to follow the rules, people.
Yes, you have to. You can't sell things out of your kitchen, and expect not to get in trouble. You have to have an FDA-approved kitchen, commercial kitchen. You have to have certain preservatives in your product to extend the shelf life and to keep bacteria down. All those things are part of the journey of learning.
Wow.
Yep.
like a long way from that kitchen, isn't it?
Oh, yes, sir.
Guess what? We're going to hear more. Don't go nowhere, Tiffany. And to stay where you at, Tiffany, you've been moving around a little bit, and I've been dropping your voice. Your voice has been dropping out because I want people to hear your story and not get frustrated listening to it because you're amazing. And first of all, I'm a fan. You listen to Money Making Conversation. Keep winning, everybody. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Rushion McDonald. You're listening to Money Making Conversation. I used to make mistakes on the radio like that, man. Just freak me out. Gotta be articulate all the time. You can't make mistakes, Rushion. You gotta be able to not slur words. People need to understand who you are, man. Hey, brother, this is Rushion McDonald. You listening to Money Making Conversation. Tiffany, you still there from Maryland,
yes,
PG?
Sir, I'm here.
Princess
yes,
George.
Sir, I'm here. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Hey, Tiffany, thank you for calling in on my show because you're an inspiration, you're an entrepreneur, you're female, and you took an idea. And I just got to keep bringing this back to people. She was just messing around in her kitchen, all right? Mixing up flavors to just improve the quality of food that she liked to cook, correct?
Correct.
I mean, like I was just throwing out examples. Like sometimes I mess, because I love ketchup, and sometimes I put a little ketchup with a little hot sauce in that bad boy, and sometimes I mix a little that, the salad dressing that has the pickles and all that in. I mix that in there, and sometimes I just spread that on a sandwich, and my family looked at me like I'm crazy, because see, I'm also crazy because sometimes I put an actual cookie on my sandwich. So.
Oh my! I put chips on my sandwich. I used to do that as a child.
I love her.
Yes,
Tiffany,
yes,
Tiffany,
well
me and you, Tiffany, me and you, Tiffany. You the bomb. You the bomb. So one thing before we left on that last break, you really got really serious, and I was happy to hear that about the rules that you have to abide by, just because you have a good idea. In this case, food products. Reiterate what you was talking about when you went out there and you realized. Because that's what stops a lot of people. Because, I got to spend money now. Or they don't want me. Yeah. They claim racism. They claim sexism. They claim a lot of excuses. But there are rules that you have to abide by. Please talk about that.
So you're absolutely correct too, Ms. McDonald. As far as the rules in food, which should be very much so respected, because again, you're feeding someone; they can get sick. Bottom line, bacteria grows every 7 seconds on food, and even quicker on food that's not properly handled. So at that point, you have to go through FDA. You got to, get a chemist. You need to, be in a commercialized kitchen. Really, so a co-packer or a manufacturer. You can't expect where you say people could think it's racism or they'll think, whatever it may be, prejudice in whatever form or fashion, but you can't really get into that because you're not an attractive company. You're not, you haven't met the standards. So in that, you're not going to be picked up by investors or, whomever, or grocery stores in my case. I had to get to the point, if that's what you want, then I had to trust the journey, persevere, and I had to just continue down the process and know that at the end, if I do my part, then I know that God is going to take me even further.
Now, let me ask you this. Which, it's like, which store did you get in first that you went, ooh, Lord, you did the happy dance,
I did the happy dance.
Which store made you do the real big happy dance? So I know all your great stores. First of all, I'm not slandering any store, okay? But, there's always one store you get in where you've turned that corner.
So now I want to start from the beginning, the first happy dance, until now I'm doing another happy dance.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So the first one was Wegmans. To get in Wegmans and be a part of Danny Wegmans' empire, oh my gosh, it was everything to me. Mm-hmm. So, and that was on a local level.
Right.
That's where I walked in there. I spoke to the manager. He liked the product, and
that's all you did. You just walked in.
That's all I did. I walked in. And I took the jars in, and I spoke with the head manager, and she said yes. She said it's a great product. She called it an industry disruptor. She said there's nothing out there like this. We want it. That was my very first happy dance.
That was the very first happy dance. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, move on.
Now my happy dance.
Okay.
is, I love all my grocery stores because I know the buyers are listening.
Absolutely.
I love
that was your
all.
first.
I'm thankful God for all.
Well, let Rushion just pick out
Walmart.
something like. So now, when you walked in the grocery store and saw your product on the shelf, what was that feeling like? Because I know you went and looked. I did.
I'm a mystery shopper of my own product. When I go in it and I see it, I think I'm dreaming, and I think I'm dreaming. That is not reality. Like, I don't believe it myself. I think even talking to you on this phone right now, like, I think I'm probably sleeping. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to say, Ma, I talked to Mr. McDonald. Mr. McDonald interviewed me. Like, I don't believe my life.
Wait, look here. You ain't sleeping, girl. Okay? You talking to Mr. McDonald. Mr. McDonald ate your product this Sunday at Papa Do's. On a shrimp po' boy.
I'm so thankful.
I'm just telling you. You ask my wife. If she was sitting right next to you, she'll tell you right now. When I go into Papa Do's, she know what I'm gonna order. Oh, he gonna get that po' boy with them French fries.
Tell Mrs. McDonald she'll never be without Huntley.
Well, she's never tried it yet because she's out of town. So when she comes back in, we're gonna go to Papa Do's again. And I'm going to do my little country thing. Hold the tartar. I brought my own. Hold the cocktail sauce. I brought my own. Because of the nature of what you're doing is, I find it so inspiring. The fact that,
thank you, sir.
Because a lot of things sound complicated in life, but a lot of things is just effort. Like you said,
it's effort.
You just walked in there. I would not even have fathomed that. A possibility that I could just walk in the store and go, here's my product. I followed all the rules. Yep. Try it. And they go, okay. You're a game changer.
That's what it is. Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
And how many years ago was that? How many years ago was that?
I just celebrated my 10th year anniversary.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on. 10th years anniversary. She's in Safeway. She's in Food Line, Whole Food Markets, Walmart, Kroger's. Just started 10 years ago. And you started in your kitchen, walking to people, going to places with your food in a Tupperware container.
And I'm just so thankful. And
No. You blessed.
Yes, thank you. I am blessed. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Because but God blesses the people who work hard. And you're willing to work hard, and I think that's really important. Now, are you able to tell us what type of sales that you are able to do annually?
Sure. Well, we're projecting by the end of this year that I'll tell you, because to God be the glory for all things. We'll be at 1.7 at the end of this year, and then by the end of 2019, we'll be at 4.8. Okay,
now that's almost tripled.
I'm about to cry.
It's a lot of people out there eating tartar sauce.
I'm about to cry.
They doing some dipping out there, girl. They dipping on Huntley.
I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful.
How do you grow? Let me ask you this question, Tiffany, because I'm just a fan, and the people, everybody in the studio just laughing and watching me because they know I'm kind of halfway crazy, as they say. Is that how do you promote your product? That's the next interesting thing, because there's so many things. You walk in the grocery store, it's so many brands sitting on that shelf. How do you cut through and somebody stops and tries your product? How are you promoting your product? Okay, let me tell you how I promote the product. First, she got quiet, y'all. Come on, get close to this microphone. Get close to this speaker. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, okay. So what I do, you say, how do I promote the product? I'm never greater than the consumer. I still go out and I do demos in grocery stores, and I give away free samples every single weekend. I'm in a different grocery store marketing the product out there. That's one way I do it. But obviously, through you being blessed that you allow me on your show, that's another way that I do it. I stay giving out circulars. Like, I do a lot of footwork. I've been, I do that, and I do a lot of social media blasting. I just try to reach the people where they are. And also, I'm also blessed with that. God has allowed me. Like, I'm not in the condiment aisle.
I'm in the specialty aisle. I'm in the seafood department. So if you go to get some seafood, you're going to see the product.
Right.
So
right. I noticed that.
So
they have like, they have their own little shelf area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's a really difficult location to get. But you also just said I'm blessed. And
you in that location.
Yes, now, sir, I'm in that location.
So that means I can come to Maryland, walk into, I might randomly walk into a Whole Foods and you in there. Got your little seafood, little toothpicks, and your little dipping sauce. Just everybody know. They go,
yes,
wow,
sir.
This is great. And you just hand them that jar. Just go check out.
Yes, sir. I'm so thankful. I got a story to tell you about Walmart. So Walmart has two different departments. It's grocery and it's seafood as far as where I would be placed. Do you know I had 2 meetings with the buyer from grocery as well as seafood, and I had a choice whether to get in the full rollout of the 4,000 stores and be in the condiment aisle or full rollout to be in all seafood department, which was 1,100. I took the 1,100 because that's where you should be. And when I tell you, God is awesome.
Well, I'm telling you, you're smart because you can go in that aisle with all that competition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not going to mention no names, but I was on that aisle the other day looking at ketchup and I got confused because there's so many brands. Okay. I started doubting myself. Do I normally eat this? Where's 57 at? What is it all the same? What is organic?
Exactly.
Am I eating the wrong ketchup nowadays? Well, Tiffany,
it's like a million people down that aisle. You're absolutely correct.
Tiffany, thank you for calling my show. Huntley. That's Huntley.
Thank you.
You're doing your thing, and I will be sharing your product and telling everybody.